Welcome to Comment with me, George Galloway, here on Press TV, each and every week at this time from central London. This is the big conversation. This is the great debate. But it can only be a debate if you join in. That's why the SMS and email addresses are coming up on the screen throughout the show, as is the telephone number. Above all, I need your telephone calls. We're being watched on this program by people all around the world on a variety of platforms, and they all want to discuss more or less the same things. War crimes and mass graves loom large in Gaza as the dust clears from the last, but probably not the last, not the final, conflict in Gaza. Israel was killing people again today, this time from the sea. Barack Obama, well, he announced the closure of Guantanamo Bay and an end to the military drumhead tribunals taking place there. And my colleague Yvonne Ridley and I, well, we're sending a Valentine to Palestine. Hear more about that in the course of the show. Gordon Brown sending the Navy to patrol the coast of Gaza in Israel's service. Here we talked to one of the Muslim mouthpieces of the government, Sadiq Khan, a minister and a member of parliament in the ruling Labour Party. Here's what he had to say.
It's fair to say that the government has tried to deny the link between foreign policy and radicalisation of Muslims in the UK. But now you seem to be coming around to that idea.
That's a fair criticism. In the past, it'd be quite clear. Look, there's no justification for terrorism. You're not saying that. What you're saying is, does foreign policy have a role to play in the reasons why young people are radicalised? Answer, yes.
How big a role?
Well, it's one of the tools used. You have a what I call a micro-narrative and a meta-narrative. Micro-narrative, what's happening locally. So I may not be working because of a variety of reasons. I might not have the house I want. I may not be getting the job I want. I may be doing less well at school. It's because I'm a Muslim. If you look overseas, what's happening, maybe Iraq or Palestine, most recently with Gaza, the reason that the people there are suffering is because they are Muslim. And what these people do is try and link the two and try and say there's war against Islam, clash of civilizations, and that is one of the routes and methods used to drive people down these routes. And what we have to say quite clearly is, hold on a sec, that just doesn't work out, because you look at all the other things that your government does that helps people around the world who may be of Muslim faith. Look at all the other things that society and government does that help citizens in this country, many of whom are Muslims. So that narrative doesn't work out, but we can't run away from the fact that foreign policy is a source of grievance, and we need to do much more at making sure we try and democratise as much as we can our foreign policy, but also relay and articulate to people exactly what it is we're doing and why we're doing it.
So there you have it. We're all being fooled by radicals who are falsely linking domestic and international affairs. And we should really be thinking of all the other things that our government is doing for Muslims around the world, and forget about the Muslims it's helping to kill. This is the great debate, and we have our first telephone call of the evening. Yes, hello caller, where are you calling from? Hello.
Hello.
Yes, where are you?
I'm from Gaza.
Well, you're very welcome, especially welcome. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm living at the borderline with Israel.
Tell me.
Yeah, here is the area is a whole destruction, this area.
Where? Which area are you in? At Rafah?
No, I live in Shujaiya.
Okay. And you're trying to get in, or you've just got out? Hello?
Hello, there is no surface here in Gaza because the Israeli rockets...
Well, what a shame.
Shelling all the surface.
Are you trying to get in, or are you on your way out?
No, I'm trying to get in.
Well, we'll be joining you on February the 14th. We're bringing a big aid convoy from London, led by fire engines and ambulances and trucks full of aid. Yvonne Ridley and myself will be at the front of it. If you're still there when we get there, after our St. Valentine's Day expedition, we hope that we'll see you then. Please give our love and give our best wishes to the people in Gaza, the resisting people of Gaza. Let's go to the comment wall and take an email. This one is from Mr. Travis Johnson in America, I'm ashamed of my country. I'm an American and once was proud of it. We stood for the free world and humanity's call for justice. However, I'm so ashamed of what our country has done, is doing, and will do in the future of the world. Why is there international refusal to help put a stop to the terror and slaughter that is happening against Gaza? Well, let's hope that the new President of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, just 48 hours in the White House, will begin to change things. He made a good start, issuing the closure notice on the Guantanamo Bay torture camp. He stopped torture, and he made it clear that there must be no more military tribunals there. Let's hope that he gets down to work now on trying to bring about some kind of resolution to the 61 years of Palestinian suffering. If he doesn't, nothing will change, everything will get worse. Let's stay on the comment wall and take an SMS this time from Yemen. What's the secret behind the unjust, unconditional support of Western regimes to the so-called State of Israel despite its crimes? Because Israel works for those Western regimes. It has a job to do, and it does it very well. It keeps the Arabs divided and weak, the better for the big powers which founded Israel and sustain it to steal their things. That's the job of Israel. It does it. The question is really why the rest of us allow it to happen. I'm going to be traveling on my convoy through Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt. I hope to get the pulse of the Arab people in the Maghreb and in the Great Egypt on our way to Gaza. And we'll be telling you all about it here on Press TV. Let's take a telephone call. Yes, caller, where are you calling from? Hello.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, Mr. Josh Galloway. I'm Dia from New Zealand.
Where are you phoning me from?
New Zealand.
Oh, wow. Very good to hear from you. Very far away.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum. Yeah, thank you very, very much for your show.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the evil Israelis have punished the Palestinians and destroyed their homes and mosques and hospitals for electing Hamas. And the world leader's silence is absolutely shocking. But I am overwhelmed with the thousands of people who took to the streets across the world to demonstrate solidarity with the Palestinians and condemn Israelis' war crimes. I also wonder if these criminals will be brought to justice for these horrific war crimes. Finally, I would like to say to you personally, Mr. George Galloway, that your love for justice and truth might make you a target for an evil act by an evil person. I urge those who love the truth and justice to pray for your safety. May Allah protect you, Mr. George Galloway. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you very much, madam. I am going on a hazardous trip, but I fear no one other than God. And if God will protect me, I will continue to use the breath that he gave me to cry out for justice. But I could do with your prayers as well, that's for sure. The war crimes are now beginning to emerge, even in the Western media. The use of illegal weapons, white phosphorus, depleted uranium, the bombing of United Nations installations, the destruction of 61,000 homes, schools, clinics, hospitals, are all now on our television screens, even on the screens of the mainstream broadcasters here in the United Kingdom. The BBC continues to disgrace itself, having refused to allow a Disasters Emergency Committee commercial to be aired on the BBC because they thought it was biased in favour of the Palestinians, even though all the other broadcasters were ready to broadcast it. That's why we're demonstrating outside the BBC on Saturday in Portland Place in London. Let's go back to the comment wall